Okay, here's our DTL series. DTL stands for double tight left. This can go either way, double tight left or double tight right. This is double tight left. The point of this series is to confuse the defense which way we're going. We can either run right, we can run left, we can do jet sweep right, we can do a jet sweep left, we can do a running back run left, we can do a QB run right. So you see, as a defender, it's going to be very confusing. So as long as we do and execute what we're supposed to do, and as long as we know which way the pass is going to go or the run is going to go, we should be at an advantage of how to block. So the first play is going to be a motion and just a regular jet sweep. The second play out of this is a motion and then a motion back in front of the quarterback to make it a jet sweep right with a lead block from our running back. Here we have a motion and another motion, but now it's going to look like a screen. So this is called an orbit motion, where the wide receiver will go behind the quarterback, and it's called an orbit because it looks like an orbit. The orbit motion, the point of the orbit motion is by the time you get here, the ball will be snapped and the quarterback will throw to you, and hopefully we have two O-line here that will set you up for a screen and you go out for a run. And then we can do a fake orbit right motion. So the motion is still there, but we're actually giving the ball to the running back to the left. And then what we decide to call alphabet soup, this is kind of the final punch of the series. Amongst other variations is we start again here, we have a motion, then we have a motion back, so it looks like a jet sweep right, but it's actually not. And then we have a fake run left, which is actually not. And then we have a shovel up the middle to the tight end. Okay, so let's look at these plays. So here's our first play, double tight left. Again, these can go both sides, double tight left or double tight right. And so whichever side the double tight is at, the open receiver, the wideout, will be on the opposite side. Depending on the runs, the running back, it could be here or it can be here. It'll depend. So we have a motion, jet sweep.
Oh my God!
So let's look at some keys here. Everyone is moving to the left. Perfect. And everyone's picking up one person. And right here we have a missed block here. Is you should continue and make sure we move your feet. Look at the feet. So don't get turned around like that. On a jet sweep, the quarterback, always make sure you're faking a run so it looks like you have the ball. So you can see here, even though there's a missed block, there's confusion for this outside linebacker because she doesn't know who has the ball right now. Because in real time, it's hard to tell who has the ball. So I'm faking the QB run right. And on a jet sweep, make sure you don't lose the speed. Just run as fast as you can. We have a good seal block here by Diana. Another good block here by Trisha to occupy this person. So even though she didn't get outside of her, which isn't the point, as long as you're occupying her, if you can see the defensive end, she just doesn't know what's happening. And she's always has a hand on her. And so it slows her run down. And so when we have the wide receiver running as fast as they can across the field, there's no way she's going to be able to catch up to her. Good seal and way to run hard. Next play. So now we have the motion. And it's going to come straight back across. So Shannon ended up getting... Alright, so... It's a good pull by Chanel here, picking up as a linebacker. We also have a lead block here. Joe, make sure you're running as fast as you can here. And this outside O-line, probably the hardest thing you've got to do is you have to go outside and seal this block on this play. So you'd have to come and seal this block here. It's a good block here, so if we see those blocks set up, good job Victoria, good job Chanel. It's going to be sealed and this should be wide open. But Shannon just outruns Joe and catches up to her. So, boom. Ideally what we'd want next time is Victoria comes straight up, cracks this end here, and Chanel goes in front, blocks here. This O-line can come up and block here. So we have block here, there we go, block here. So instead of a lead block here, we're gonna go crack, shift, shift, and Chanel comes behind as a lead blocker. She comes straight up. Again, here we know we're going right, so make sure you come to your right and seal. So this is just a double tight left, run left. So again, they don't know what we're doing. We're just running straight. So here, Lemmy should be getting helped, at least one hit here to push her back in to Trisha, and then that's just, it's possible. Stuff like this happens. So again, this should have been a motion straight. She accidentally ran an orbit instead of a straight jet sweep.
Good job, Lindsay!
And Lindsay pushing Chanel on the block. So it's important for us right here. Key for blocking is always the lower person wins. So leverage, who has the leverage? So here's a clear example of who has the leverage. Right here you see that Lindsay's body angle is low, her head is lower, her shoulder is lower, her hips are lower, and Chanel's hips are a little higher, her shoulders are higher, and her head is higher. So it is usually advantageous for a shorter person to block or to shed a taller blocker. So it's imperative that our taller blockers get down. I would always like to say eyes at the pad level or eyes at the numbers level. So you see how even though Chanel is also strong, she's pushing Chanel all the way back out. And this is just leverage. The lower person wins.
Good job, Lindsay!
Great flag pull by Lindsay. Okay. In motion.
Test them. Test the defense.
Help me.
Help! There you go.
Oh my gosh, Shannon!
So jet sweep right. Again, in this situation, Chanel, feel free to pop up to the front or just keep running straight behind. And again, when we do this play next time, we're going to have this running back actually crack this end, and this O-line just moves and everyone shifts down.
Me.
Because this jet sweep should be going outside. But this is a good block by everyone. Chanel, once she's inside, make sure you seal her inside. But you let her come back outside, and now she has an open lane.
Oh my gosh, Shannon! Oh my gosh!
So this is an orbit motion. Run left.
Go, Kathy, go, Kathy, go, Kathy.
It's a great block by Trisha out here. Way to drive Limmy all the way away, and good cutback by Victoria. And right here, Kathy, once you see that Trisha's got her blocked, you should just be going to the next level.
Go get it, go get it.
One more thing here, Trisha. Once you block her, don't leave her. So once we have a one-on-one, you want to stay with her the whole time. So instead of letting her go back inside, you want to stay with her. Okay. Again, Kathy, you see how the running back is right side by side you. So you want to be ahead of the running back and hitting somebody, either here or here.
Go get it, go get it.
So you see here, if you look at the defense, they really don't know what's going on. They're just waiting. Except for these two. Everyone still doesn't know what's going on. And Victoria already has 3 steps on this middle linebacker by the time she realizes who has the ball.
Go get it, go get it, go get it.
Let's go one more time. Okay. Here we have another motion. Orbit. Run left. So let's just look at this orbit right here. Let's say I did keep the ball and I kept it and everyone followed this way. So there might be plays where I run this play the same time over and over and over, and now Chanel comes out to the cornerback and Amy catches the ball. That's a one-on-one situation. This is very favorable for us. Chanel would take care of this cornerback, and then Amy has an open path, and she just has to outrun the safety and this outside linebacker, probably out of position.
I can't see.
Now let's go back and look at the run side of this. So we have a double team on the left side. Great double team. And instead of a shove, once she's here, we want to be constantly driving out. So instead of letting her have her way, we should just keep driving out, and if she decides to come out with us, then we'll just keep blocking her out. If she decides to come back inside, Victoria will have already passed her. So in this situation, if Trisha would have kept going out, then she comes in, you see how Victoria's path would already have passed her. But now the footwork here is we get stuck playing patty cake here, so it's an easy move for the defensive.
I can't see the ball when I'm looking at the.
We go same thing, double tight left with the orbit motion. Same situation. You see how she's, every time we run this play, more and more they think they know what's happening. So now they're cheating here. So when we start to see that, we're gonna say, hey QB, let's throw this screen.
Out of bounds.
On this blocking right here, Jen, you could kind of be patient, read your blocks. So right here, once you see that Kimmy has this inside position and you're about to run into 1, 2, 3 defenders, feel free to plant, cut back, and now you'll have 1, 2, 3 blockers blocking for you. So if you cut back right here, you would have had 1, a lane here, a blocker here.
Out of bounds.
So instead of sprinting out of this, read your block, boom, come back. Okay. Motion. So this was supposed to be a jet sweep right. This is our alphabet soup play. Jet sweep right, running back fake left, and shovel middle. So here, look at this. You see how much time the middle linebacker takes. Dancing, 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 dancing. So by the time she's going backwards, our O-line should be all the way up. And that's gonna be an easy, what, four flags? I mean, full 4 yards here. Again, when we go shovel, make sure we're blocking inside shoulder. Alright, so now check out this play here. We have a double tight left. And we have the jet sweep, right? Now look at everyone's first step. In. Everyone's anticipating this run. So we run the same play 4 times. And the reason why I say I'm okay with getting 2, 3, 4 yards is because psychologically they're so used to this formation being a run play and looking like they're anticipating a run left or a run right, that everyone gets sucked in. Once everyone gets sucked in, we have a post here and we have a wheel behind that.
Oh my gosh. Sarah.
So here we go. Fake, post, wheel. That's about 15 yards. And there's nobody there at all. And that's it.